Alright guys, so yeah, I'm going to be building a 4x4 cityscape type of table for my Judge Dredd game. However, this can be used throughout all of the different game systems as any sort of cityscape, such as Warhammer 40k, Mini Wargaming's new gaming system. I can't remember what it is actually. But yeah, so there's loads of applications for these type of buildings that I'm going to be showing you. So what I'm going to start off with is a med block, or for other game systems, a hospital, or anything of that nature. I'm going to do it all out of plastic card, and there's some wood beading and maybe various other little bits that I find as I'm searching. All I should be using pretty much is a rule, nice sharp hobby knife, scalpel, pair of scissors, pen, keeping it nice and simple. And I'm going to take you through stage by stage what I'm going to be doing. Right, so this first med block I've decided 12 inches high, which is quite high for a 28mm game. The plastic card I've got here is about 1mm thick. I like it to feel mil thick because it's very easy to cut. And you can also make it a hell of a lot stronger in the construction anyway, so any fears that it might be a bit too flexible, you'll see as we go along it'll get stronger and stronger. Now the issue with this med block is it's quite tall. With it being 12 inches, I've worked out on roughly about 3 inches between each floor. So I've gone ahead and I've marked this one up, for instance. Hopefully you can see. So yeah, there, as you see, I've now marked the floors. Down here obviously there'll be doors. One of the things I've got to figure out how I'm going to do is, because I want each floor removable. Now that's not going to be easy. I've got to figure out a way of doing it. It might be a very cumbersome building, but it needs to be done because I want this to be a multi-level gaming table. So as you can imagine, it is going to be quite complex, but what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and mark out some windows. Okay, the thing with windows in a block building is they're going to look really crappy if you haven't measured properly. So that's me screwed straight away because they'll both be cockeyed and everything, but you'll get the general gist of the idea. Now as that is the floor level, the sort of like bottom sill of the first window will be 25 centimetres up here, as you can see, and the whole window will be no taller than 25 centimetres, so this will be left blank and these will actually be the window ports. So I'm just going to go ahead and draw them in now. Okay then, so what I've done basically, I found the centre part of this dimension across here, marked it off, then the centre from there to there and so forth on each of the ones, just centering, so you get a nice even spread of windows, and then the X marks the spot. That's what I'm going to cut out now. So this is where I'll either completely cock it up or it'll look okay. So let's see what happens. Okay, so I've cut that first set of windows out now. I didn't show that on camera because you don't need to see me cutting away and cocking it up and then straightening it up, but as you can see, got the first 3 top floor windows in. Turn it around, look on the blank side. It's not massively perfect, which it'll be more than good enough because there's going to be a lot of exterior detail added to around the windows here, so the whole, as long as it's quite straight and neat, it'll be okay. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to do the same for this floor and this floor for windows, and for the lower ground floor, which will probably also have doors in, and then we'll come back and we'll take another look. Okay, that's that done. As you can see, I've cut out all the windows now and the door, tidied it up, and inevitably made a few mistakes with my cutting, but turn it round, as you can see, it's all quite uniform, looking cool. Now the beauty of having done this one now, what you can actually go ahead and do to make life easy for yourself is actually use this as a template and put it over your next piece of plastic card and literally draw in all the windows on that face. The only bits that will change is the lower ground floor, because I don't want 4 doors on each side of the building obviously. So I've got 2 with the 2 main sort of like entrances, and 1 which will have sort of like a bay door. So as you can see, I've gone ahead and done exactly what I'd say. So all I have to do now is cut all of these windows out, which is, yeah, it's going to take me some time. And that's the bay door there, which will be revealed about that later on. As far as scaling is concerned, for 40k and any other 28mm stroke GW scale mini, yeah, this works absolutely fine. As you can see in the doorway there, let's move over, there you go, no problems using the floor line there with the other 28mm figures from the Judge Dredd range. Let me just put that there. As you can see, there's going to be absolutely no problem with scale. It's going to fit in perfectly. So this table build basically will go for any miniature game, any tabletop game that's sort of like 28 to 35mm. No problems at all. So there you go, guys. That's what it looks like so far. So that's it for this video. In the next video, you will see all of the windows cut out. And we're going to start moving on to adding some structure points to this building, because as you can see at the moment it's very flexy, but that's okay. I'm quite happy with that. It's easy to cut when it's like that. I'm going to start adding a few beams in and start getting the core structure done. So yeah, don't forget to subscribe to keep watching this series of videos, which will be quite lengthy, guys, because there's a lot to do. And cheers for watching.